So the two genders as regards game show hosts are delightful and evil. Now, there are a handful of game show hosts who manage to encompass the space between the two genders, but I think by and large...
I feel like if you're incompetent, you don't have the ability to be either one or the other. Yeah.
There's like a handful of hosts for competition shows who can do both or sort of flip between one and the other. But for the most part, you got to pick a lane, much like gender.
That's just, stop being greedy.
Yeah, come on. Save some gender for the rest of us, guys. First and foremost, everybody knows him. Top of the list, Bob Barker, Price is Right.
Evil.
Yes.
Yeah, evil. Yeah, very evil.
Alex Trebek, Jeopardy.
Delightful.
Yes.
I'm going to say delight. That's a little bit, because he's not like a cartoon character.
Exactly.
However, he's so noble.
And I think he's skilled enough that he can tap into evil every once in a while if necessary. That's a tool in his kit.
Pat Sajak.
Evil.
See, and that's interesting because Vanna's delightful.
Yes. Well, and that's sometimes you need both to sort of counterbalance each other, which of course is why they replaced Pat Sajak with Ryan Seacrest.
Also evil.
Very evil.
Yeah. Tom Bergeron.
Oh, evil.
Very evil.
That's why they put Whoopi in the middle, because Whoopi is delightful.
Like as a person, kind of evil.
Oh, no doubt.
But like as a personality... Same as Paul Lynde. Paul Lynde.
Yeah.
Kind of an evil man.
A monster. Did you see? I sent you that thing that was like a clip from a magazine. It was like, Paul Lynde is too busy with his work to have dates with all the beautiful women who want his number, right?
Hollywood's most confirmed bachelor ever.
So many possible worlds, but we got this one. So many possible worlds, but we got this one.
Welcome to the Worst of All Possible Worlds, the first and only podcast hosted by two confirmed bachelors.
That's right.
We're getting married at the end of this recording, though. That's right. I am the worst of all possible Bryans.
And I'm the worst of all possible Joshes. We are very close friends.
Yeah. AJ can't be with us today because he is currently standing in his living room, spinning around in circles over and over and over and over again in the hopes that he will become Wonder Woman. And I have told him from personal experience, it just won't happen.
It's not happening.
He's very dizzy.
I have been wanting for quite a while, actually, to talk about this movie and book that we are getting into today, The Trump Prophecy.
I thought I knew what this was going to be about because I have this little obsession with a group of people who believe that Trump's presidency was prophesied. Different prophecy.
Yeah.
Different prophecy. So my thing, the people that I'm into, are people who fly the Appeal to Heaven flag.
Okay.
These people are generally followers of people like Lance Wallnau and Dutch Sheets. That is the name of a man. That is a man whose name is Dutch Sheets.
Dutch Sheets, interestingly, is name-checked in this book.
Oh, fucking perfect.
Yeah.
But there was a prophecy, quote unquote, made by a fellow named Kim Clement. He was this white South African guy. He actually died in 2016 before Trump became president, but he had made this prophecy that Donald Trump would be elected twice. So, I mean, he nailed it.
But that's not the prophet we're talking about today.
No,
today, we're talking about a different prophet, a man known as Mark Taylor, a firefighter from Orlando, Florida, who, after suffering a tremendous amount of physical and mental damage from his career in firefighting, was one day struck with a prophecy that Trump would be president of the United States in 2011.
Correct.
And in 2012, he did not become president of the United States.
Nor did he run.
But, and this is important, the prophecy that Mark received did not actually go into effect until Trump would announce that he was running, because those were the terms of the prophecy, apparently.
Yeah, see, because here's the thing. In 2011, this was part of the news cycle. Everyone was saying Donald Trump is going to run for president. He had been kind of doing these little things here and there. He was flying this big American flag that went against the HOA down where he was. I think that was the Florida property, Mar-a-Lago.
Okay.
And also other local regulations. He was not allowed to fly an American flag that was that fucking big. And he was going so hard on the birtherism thing.
Yes.
He was Obama was born in Kenya. He's Kenyan. He is a Kenya man.
Right.
And then that's when we finally got Obama's fake birth certificate released to the public.
That's right. The state of Hawaii forged a birth certificate.
I don't know if you remember this too. They got a scanner that was too good for Obama's birth certificate, and it created layers.
Oh.
They uploaded this full PDF with movable layers, and everyone's like, well, you can move the letters around. This is all fucking forged. It's like, you should have used a worse scanner.
Like the OCR picked it up too well?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
So that, I remember that moment. And then, of course, like, we killed bin Laden. It was a big moment. He's compromised to a permanent end.
That's right.
Those pilots high-fived.
Thank you, SEAL Team 6, yes.
The Rock was the first American to know about it for some reason. And then Obama roasted Donald Trump at the correspondence dinner and was like, here's my birth certificate. You're a fat bitch. Suck my hog.
That was it. It defeated Donald Trump, and we never heard from him again.
Yeah. And so Donald Trump didn't actually run in the primary. It needs to be said, Donald Trump had run for president before. Yeah. He was in the Reform Party in 2000 and
brief,
destroyed
abortive campaign that was mostly the result of Roger Stone. His machinations.
Roger Stone, who also won the election for Bush in 2000.
Something about the last few weeks in particular really has my brain feeling hurty. We have been in this ongoing period of unreality, right? Yeah. It's been this long decade of just what the fuck. Throughout this entire time, our brains have hurt collectively, but there's something about where we stand right now where the inherent contradictions, they've become so heightened that they can no longer be ignored by even the most strident, like addled boomer brain Ford F-150 capitalists, you know? And so they have to come up with explanations for why Florida is now underwater for like a couple months out of every year.
Yeah, because the water and the air have been turned into weapons by secret people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, well, the planet's not getting warmer.
Oh.
That's just what the queers and the communists tell us.
Does the vaccine have something to do with this too?
Oh, probably. You know, there's little antennas in there.
Yeah. We talk about this stuff sometimes on the show, but nor are we knowledge fight. You know, we're not cooking our brains in the shit every week.
Yeah, well, we did it today, folks.
We did. My brain feels a little hurtier than before, but my hope is that
Josh came into my apartment. We were getting ready to record this, and he just hears from my laptop as I open the door, the baby numbers are down. Because I'm watching videos on Rumble.
Yes. A guest appearance by the man who made this titular Trump prophecy.
Yeah. Our guy, Mark Taylor.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Mark Taylor.
Fire lieutenant. Not military lieutenant. He was not in the army.
He's in the armed forces of arming yourself against fire, which is a noble task.
So just going to keep it 100 with you. I didn't do as much research as I would have liked to have done into like how the fuck this thing got picked up and turned into a movie. I genuinely don't quite know or understand, but I do remember when it was released. Because within sort of the circles that follow this kind of media, everybody was talking about it for like a second, and then it went away again.
Well, and this is a lot of Christian movies made these days. Is like they're very flash in the pan. We talked about Persecuted with John Persecuted.
That's right.
Which maybe not even flash in the pan might not even qualify as an apt description of that movie. But like, yeah, this was something I heard about, and I assumed it was about Dutch sheets. I did not assume that it was about a lieutenant in Orlando who speaks to God and predicted Trump getting elected when Trump was talking about running for president. This is just not that interesting of a prophecy.
No, it's not. This guy was on his lazy boy in a semi-conscious state. He heard Donald Trump talking on TV, and God told him at that time that Donald Trump was going to become president.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the prophecy. So if you were wondering what the story is, that's it. Bye.
That's the whole movie. It is 2 hours long.
But actually, this is the thing. When I started to dig into this and like actually read the book, and then also got to the end of this movie,
or thought you did,
there's a lot more going on here than the story itself. The story itself is not particularly interesting. I've just summarized it. What's interesting is the way that the unique psychosis of this man, I think, mirrors this broader collective psychosis that we are all experiencing right now particularly the people who are really into the shit, the QAnon guys and all that.
Which this guy is. The movie won't let you know that. I'm assuming the book won't let you know that either. But
Not
this guy
explicitly, no.
is the most just ordinary, uninteresting QAnon guy.
Yeah, I mean, by the time you get to the end of the book, it's pretty fucking clear what's going on.
Okay. The movie still masks it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie also involves, and this book, involves people that I have met in person. I have shook their hands. This is like if we were watching a movie and then all of a sudden Rich DeVos showed up halfway through.
Yeah, was that a little bit of a jump scare for you?
Yeah, dude. Well, I hadn't gotten to that part of the movie yet. I had sort of just started it when you messaged me one of the things that Mark Taylor was watching on his TV. And you're like, oh, here's the clip of that.
Right.
And I was like, that's Dr. Don Colbert. This book was written by Mark Taylor, Lieutenant Mark Taylor,
yes.
the fire prophet, and Mary Colbert, wife of a man named Don Colbert. I grew up knowing this name, but not Don, Buzz. Buzz Colbert is what he went by when he was in medical school at Oral Roberts University with both of my parents.
That's so good. It's just every once in a while, there will be a disclosure like this. I think when you told me that I had to get up and walk around for a little bit, because here's the thing, I'm pretty sure you had told me about this guy in the abstract before because of his connections with Jim and Tammy Faye Baker. Well, not Tammy Faye, but
with what's the new wife,
the new
Jim
wife,
Baker's
the other
current wife,
Tammy Faye too. Yeah.
I always forget her name. The lady goes, "That's good, that's good. All right, yeah, all right." Wow.
So if you're into our coverage of weird evangelical guys, great news, folks. We are back on our bullshit this week.
Yeah, I mean,
to an unreal extent.
It's so funny how this stuff keeps going back to me because I'm not necessarily all that connected.
Right.
And I mean, these are people I literally have only met. But like when we watch Persecuted and it's like, oh yeah, I know that church. I know that radio station. I know that part of town, And here it's like, oh yeah, this guy has been out there for so long. Don Colbert is like kind of a minor celebrity in these Christian and health circles. He was a frequent Dr. Oz guest.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
I don't know if he's like personally tied that much to like RFK Jr. Unfortunately, with the way search engines are these days, if you look up Don Colbert RFK, you just come up with a bunch of stuff about Stephen Colbert owning Robert F. Kennedy on his TV show. But it's like that. He's a health grifter. He sells supplements. He has a website called divinehealth.com where you can buy powders and shit. And he has the Colbert Institute for Anti-Aging, and he tells you to, drink colloidal silver. And they're important. The Colberts are important here because they are what get this book written.
Yes.
And they are also a not insignificant part of getting the classic evangelical right on board for someone as unconventional at the time as Donald Trump was.
Yep.
Which I didn't know. I didn't have this picture of 2016 at the time. The main thing I remember seeing from 2016 while it was happening was Supreme Court justice. He'll get a pro-life Supreme Court justice. Mm-hmm. And that just sort of weighing over everything. I did not know about the intercessionary prayer network.
How did you not know about it?
I didn't even know we believed in intercession.
I think there is a little bit of an unreliable narrator thing going on here where they maybe overstate their own personal importance in this. But everything that they talk about in this book and movie about how they were pushing for Donald Trump over Ted Cruz, who was supposed to be the guy.
Yeah.
These are conversations that were also happening behind the scenes between all of the power brokers as they came to realize collectively that doing the devil's deal with Donald Trump would better help them with getting their policy objectives met than nominating Ted Cruz to be president for the United States.
And also just them realizing it was too late. Donald Trump was already polling at the top the moment he started running that year. I mean, they did the same thing in 2024, right? They did the same thing trying to back DeSantis.
Ron DeSanctimonious.
Ron DeSanctimonious, but he shortened it. He shortened it to DeSanctus, which means nothing.
That's terrible. But this is the thing. Trump,
he's so senile.
I can't remember who made the post, but it's like Trump lost his heater like 8 years ago, right? These days, he can only slow pitch. All of his like actual pitches, he's shot. He's
great at dodging bullets, but not so good with the zingers these days.
So I'm going to read here from the book. This is from the foreword. My name is Donna Howell. I was hired alongside Allie Anderson to help piece together the research and outline plan for this book. I remember...
Research? Isn't this just a guy saying, I got a vision from God and then we prayed a bunch?
I remember the day I was told I'd be flying to Florida to interview Mark Taylor and Mary Colbert, the team that played such an active role in the incredible election of 2016. I try never to allow myself to develop preconceived ideas about people, but I had heard of this prophecy writer, and despite myself, I had an idea about who I was going to meet. I imagined a vociferous and booming man in a suit with 100 apocalyptic verses from Revelation just waiting to fall out of his mouth after a hearty but serious handshake.
Why a suit?
Because he's serious? I don't...
Is that what prophets wear?
Yeah. They wear the prophecy suit, Brian. When Allie and I settled into our hotel, we met at the diner downstairs to gather our thoughts. We walked past the reserved Skywatch TV conference room. That's not a necessary detail. And took a selfie for kicks.
They got to fill these pages. This is what, like 30 pages long? This whole book?
Having absolutely no idea what the conversation in those walls would reveal less than 24 hours later. Armed with a good night's sleep and a fully charged laptop battery, Allie and I were just pulling our chairs up to the table in the conference room when we saw a shadow fall upon the door. Looks like I'm in the right place, the man said. Allie stood and held her hand out to greet him. Mark Taylor? She asked. That's me, Mark said. That's me. Mark said with a smile. Oh, hi, Mark. His unassuming and relaxed posture, coupled with the casual khaki pants and blue polo shirt, immediately let us know that he was as personable and unpretentious as they come. Needless to say, meeting Mark in person made the suit man with the loud voice and forceful persona concepts fly out the window of my mind.
Unpretentious? He goes by lieutenant everywhere he goes.
So she leaned over the table and listened to Mark and listened to his story, and she thought, his message. Wow! In our line of work, Allie and I have heard a lot of doom and gloom messages of terror. We've learned over the course of time to take it all with a grain of salt and keep plodding on, believing that God is ultimately in control. But Mark's aim for sharing what the Lord has given him to say doesn't resemble anything I've ever seen or heard. I didn't want to derail his momentum with an occasionally disruptive amen, so I just kept quiet and calm and took lots of careful notes. Inside, however, I was buzzing with excitement. And based on the expression Allie had on her face for most of the evening, as well as her own comments later that evening, she felt the same. I am grateful that Tom Horn asked Mark, who the fuck is Tom Horn, to share his thoughts.
As you know, Tom Horn.
With this country through this book, and I truly believe its readers will be inspired and revitalized toward a United Kingdom goal as a result.
I love a kingdom goal.
I love a United Kingdom goal in particular.
Yeah, I love it when they goal on Bayern Munich.
We're all,
you know,
when who goes toward Bayern Munich?
When they goal on it.
Well, who?
They score a goal.
When who do?
The United Kingdom.
When the national football team of the United Kingdom plays Bayern Munich?
Yes, they score a goal.
The football team?
The United Kingdom goal.
The United Kingdom football team?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Are you telling me British people don't play soccer now?
I'm telling you that there are 3 national football teams in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, exactly. And one of them's going to score a goal on the Bavarians.
4 if you count Northern Ireland.
Well, you know I don't. For anything. I don't think it should be part of any country. Just lop it off.
Get it out of here.
Make it like the Isle of Man. Totally independent. I don't understand the political structure of the Isle of Man.
It's not.
They are still slaves to the crown. Okay, I'm learning lessons today.
It's part of the UK, Brian.
Do they get their own soccer team?
No.
Well, then why the fuck do they have 4 of them? That country's not that big.
Not to mention the fact that their entire flag is just legs. You'd think they'd have a soccer team.
That flag is so cool. That needs a soccer team. They got to kick all those balls.
Wait, the Isle of Man actually does have a football team.
Well, look at that. They have 5 teams now.
Well, not really. Do you consider like the Guernsey team to be a real
Sure. I don't know. I'm sure cows can kick a ball here and there.
Shut the fuck up. Well, look, I might not be able to score a United Kingdom goal.
No.
Myself.
Or an Isle of Man goal against Guernsey.
But what I can do, hopefully, is guide a podcast in a certain direction conversation-wise.
Sort of like what God does
That's right.
To history, to the dialectic.
Yes.
A God-driven immortal science.
This is a godly dialectic. The movie. You watched it. I watched it.
Yeah, God bless it.
How did you feel about these opening titles?
The opening titles go on for so long.
I liked that they used the font from Deus Ex. Not original Deus Ex, but like Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Is Deus Ex Human Revolution also on fire the whole time?
No.
Oh, okay.
But maybe it should be.
Well, here the credits are on fire.
They are.
And they don't do anything else with this time until you finally get like a little still small voice, one might say.
Yeah, let's listen.
Spirit of God told me, I have chosen this man for such a time as this. For as Benjamin Neteyahu is to Israel, so shall this man be to the United States of America.
Okay, so I want to say that again because it might have been a little hard to hear because he's doing this fucking whisper thing. He said, for as Benjamin Netanyahu is to Israel, so this man be unto the United States of America.
That's right.
This is like the Book of Mormon.
I've got it right here. In the book, I'm going to, in the same way that the string of words had hit me in the living room telling me that I was hearing the voice of a president, we'll get there in a little bit, as I kept my pen moving, more words were forming into complete sentences, and I wrote with confidence as the Lord led. The Spirit of God says, I have chosen this man, Donald Trump, for such a time as this. For as Benjamin Netanyahu is to Israel, so shall this man be to the United States of America.
Oh, to. He makes it sound like unto in this opening. The actor
He might have fucked it up.
Yeah.
He might have just fucked it up.
Unto is, but either way, this is like somebody imitating the sound of like the NKJV.
Absolutely.
And it comes across as very Joseph Smith.
Yes. Another great American prophet.
Yes. I mean, it's like, but it has that falseness to it, right?
Yeah.
It has that ring to it where you're like, I don't think you quite understand how the prepositions work in that kind of old-timey English. It's about Donald Trump, and it's while he's listening to a clip. They actually play the clip during the movie.
Right.
Once we actually get to the prophecy moment, which we hear again.
Don't worry, I pulled the clip.
But like he's listening to Donald Trump, talking like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Just like, it is the money, the money doesn't, and he was like more coherent in 2012 or whatever, but like he still wasn't like erudite.
No.
And I just love this, like God being like, this man is going to be president. So shall it be unto the inside of the America.
Amen.
Of which shall we be unto alike as to Israel.
And from here, we go directly to what started the fire. It turns out that we didn't do it. A junkie did it.
Yeah.
A junkie was heating up some smack with a lighter on a spoon. And
as they do. They love doing that.
And, fell unconscious, and then the lighter hit some newspapers, and the house catches fire, and it's a trap house that has kids inside of it.
Oh,
Fuck.
no. What's funny is that this isn't even like a trap house. This is just like a suburban house.
It's just a house.
Yeah, this lady was mostly doing fine. She just had a bad night and set the whole house on fire and died and killed her son, I guess.
It happens.
Yeah.
And in this movie, we see the firehouse, right? They all the firefighters, including our man
Mark Taylor. I'm sorry. Lieutenant Mark Taylor.
Thank you. Please address him by his title. Brian just saluted.
He drops his monogrammed Bible that was given to him by his grandmother, I think. There's like a note
I thought it was his dad, but whatever.
Oh, maybe that was it. He has like a little note, and then it has his name on the cover so that we know it's Lieutenant Mark Taylor's Bible.
Lieutenant Dan.
And it's a fireman's Bible.
That's right. In the movie, he is working for the Bedford Fire Department. Now, Bedford, Virginia, is directly adjacent to Lynchburg, Virginia, because this movie was made largely with the resources and funding of Pat Robertson's media empire, which of course includes the Christian Broadcasting Network and his connections with the good people of Jerry Falwell's Liberty University.
That's right. It was co-produced by Liberty University.
Yep.
The director of this film, Stefan Schultz or Schultze, which one of those two?
Probably Schultze.
He's a Liberty professor. He's somebody who did work in Hollywood before. He co-wrote a movie in the 90s. Colm Feore starred in it. It was a movie from 1998 called The Lesser Evil. It doesn't have a great rating on IMDb, but the reviews on IMDb say it's quite underrated.
Okay.
So he might have actually helped work on something worthwhile, and then everything else is faith-based schlock after that. He's also a cinematographer, but he's not the cinematographer for this film, although this sequence as they're heading to the fire, the cinematographer, who's a guy who just does faith-based shit with this guy, is going fucking hog wild. He's going nuts, dude. He's using every trick.
There are so many shots. There are so many cuts. A couple of these shots are actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think he like watched Bringing Out the Dead before doing this, and he's like, well, they did that for the ambulance, so I'm going to do that for this completely unmotivated fire.
But like, there's one shot in particular where, I don't know if you remember this, the fire chief is like sitting in the window, and then you see the reflection of the fire truck in the window in front of him. I was like, this is actually somewhat artistic.
Yeah, this guy was like really working on something for his reel. And it's just like, it leads us into a sequence where they're going and fighting the fire. Let's just say this is really hard to do. It is hard to do a dramatic firefighting scene because you have to have some level of real fire involved. Yeah. Ron Howard pulled it off, I think. But
and these guys do not. But honestly, given that they were working on a $0 budget, it's
it's a bigger budget than Fireproof was working with.
That's for sure.
They do like using a lot of their After Effects in here.
They love the After Effects.
And they love having their tricks, and they love kind of going through the procedure of like calling out the different sides of the house and where to go and whatever, but it's completely unmotivated. The scene just doesn't have drama.
It is a scene that just exists mechanically for the sake of establishing the character. What's strange to me is that in the book, there is a much better scene that they could have dramatized.
Interesting.
Why did I say dramatized?
You're British now.
And it also would have better established his relationship with his dad, which is like the one character thing we know about.
We established the relationship with the dad pretty fucking well.
Yeah,
we see him on a boat.
It's like the shittiest flashback. No, apparently he was there when his dad died. He tried to use his sort of like fire experience to administer CPR and everything, and it was enough to get him to the ambulance, but he died on the way to the hospital.
Well, that's
why the fuck wouldn't you pull that?
But that's because these people are always making imitation movies. They're like, a movie that people want to see is one where you're going to have firemen doing all this big stuff, as opposed to understanding that the drama is there in a dramatic scene, like someone having to administer CPR to their own dad.
Right.
Which is one of the most harrowing things you can imagine.
Exactly. I don't know if that is totally true, or
no,
if
it doesn't matter
actually
though. That's a better story.
In the book, but it's a better story.
Yeah, but here
he says it's true. You know, like he wrote it in the books.
But they want to show off. Wow, we got a whole fire engine for this. We used a real firehouse. We did this, and so what happens is, he goes and he saves this little girl. The little girl's like not a good actor. She goes, "My brother's still in there," and he goes in and grabs the brother, and the child is dead. Hey there, you are listening to a preview of a premium episode of The Worst of All Possible Worlds. If you'd like to listen to the rest of this, head on over to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/worstofall. And you can listen to not only the rest of this episode, but our entire backlog of premium episodes, bonus episodes, and if you subscribe at the $10 tier, you will get an extra episode of the podcast every single month. Again, that is patreon.com/worstofall. Hope to see you there.